Welcome, guys. Welcome again to Martin Devs. This is second project in doing React. This is a to-do task that I have an application here running. I built this using React, and let me show you what the application does. So this is task that I got to do. So let me, for example, today one of my tasks will be coding in JavaScript. So I can add the task. I can add multiple tasks, not just one. I can add, for example, creating. I can put down creating a tutorial. I can do that. I can, let me see, let me put up another one. You see, let me put down cleaning my computer. I can do that. I can be put down, of course, you need to work out, stay in shape. I can do that task. For example, let's say I want to workout and cooking after. I can update it. So let me see. I can always delete it. See, I can do that. Perfect. So again, guys, this is going to be the tutorial. Simple, easy. I'll be sharing the code on the bottom of the video. Don't forget to share it, like, subscribe, leave a comment on the bottom, and I'll start opening the actually, let's create a project first. If you guys haven't watched my video here, I'm gonna use Vi right here to create the React project. If you can watch the how I set it up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a project and let's get on it. All right, guys. So I do have a project here already open, ready to go. First thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and delete the the role play. I want to go ahead and delete that code, the one they give you from uh from the template. See, right now it's all gone. And also I want to show you guys the I have it running on port 3000. How I accomplished that, I went to vig config JS and I added this here. You can actually add up here, it says server, and change it to port 3000. And so here pretty much we're gonna leave this. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna add up on CSS after, and here is what we're gonna be working on over here. So we're gonna, first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and create a folder here. And this folder is gonna be called components like that. And then here inside the components, we are going to create a couple files and we're going to use JSX. So the first one I want to go ahead and create is this one's going to be to do JX JavaScript extension right here, like that. So I'm going to create that one. I'm going to create another one. It's going to be called to do form, like that. And let me see, have that, I have that. Okay. So then I'm gonna go ahead and create let's name this one because everything is to do's. So I'm gonna go ahead and name this one to do wrapper, like that. And this is gonna be JSX, like that. So inside there, we can go ahead and type in RAFC. You can actually pick different ones. See? So the one I'm picking is that one. So here I'm just going to put down, I'm going to put down to do's here, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this one. And I'm going to do the same thing for, make sure I get everything. Yeah, right here, RF, like that. So, and then inside the app.js, here is over here. I'm going to go ahead and import. Let's actually create a div here. And this one is give. I did notice in React you can you have to use class name. Uh okay. You can't just use class. You have to name the class name. And here I want to go ahead and do the import to do, and this is going to be called to do wrapper like that. So, okay. Let's see what we get. Okay, so let's put down, let me put down, this is the wrapper. So if we go back to the screen, let me go back over here. Yeah, it says this is the wrapper. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back over here. So the first one I want to start working on, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the form, which is over here. And we're gonna actually change this, instead of being a div, I want to do form. And this here, let's give it a class name. We're gonna use that. We're gonna add up the style later. All right, all right, all right. So what do we got here? I'm gonna name this one to do form like that. Um, actually, let's make this one together like that. And here we're gonna do an input, and it's gonna be a type text, and let's give it a class name so that we can style later on. This one I'm gonna call it to do dash input. And here what we're gonna do is let's do placeholder, and let's type it in here. Let's put down enter your task, whatever task you want to do. And let's put a button here. The button is going to have, let's name it at task. Oh, messed up here. The button's got to be inside the form, inside like that. And here, let me see the button. Let's give it a class name. And let's give it a class of to do button, so we can put a style on it. And let's give it a type, and this one let's do type submit, so we can submit this. And here okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and import this. So let's go ahead and import it. Let's bring it all the way over here where it says to do wrap. So let's go ahead and import that. And first thing we want to go ahead and do is um, let's go ahead and give this div, let's give it a class name. And here let's call this one to do wrapper. And let's give it a h1 up here. And this one is going to be, let's do to do task, and let's just name it. You can name it whatever you want. And here, just below here, we're going to go ahead and import the to do form like that. Okay. And we are going to be able, let's see, let's go open up the application and see what do we see here. All right, so see, we're able to see the components. So basically React is just basically components. All right, so now that we're able to import that into the to do wrap, let's go back to here to do form, and let's create a function here. Uh, so over here, what we're going to do is let me see what we do next. Let's go ahead and use stake. So let's go ahead and do constant, and let's grab the value. And whenever you declare, it's kind of like doing document create element by ID. It's kind of like that. So whenever you declare something here, you want to do, it's like the structuring also too. So you want to do set value and use state, and we're going to put that as an empty string as a default. Okay. So now this Vig is the React application is complaining. So because we're not using it. So let me see what it's saying. If you have it says values assigned, but the value is never used. Don't worry, we are going to use you. Okay. So here I'm gonna declare, I'm gonna call function here. This one I'm gonna do handle submit. Okay. And this one I'm gonna use the arrow function, and we want to listen for an event here. We're going to listen for an event, and also we want it by default, you want to put prevent default like that, okay, for the form. So let's go ahead and go here, and let's let's add up the form, the function here. So we're going to use add submit. So whenever somebody submits that, so we're going to be able to call that handle submit like that. So what we want to do is we want to grab the value of the input. So let's let's go ahead and let's console log this and let's grab the value. In order to get the value, we want to do value equals to the value. So whenever you input that, and also we want to do here. So every time oh, forgot to grab this. It's supposed to be value like that. Okay, so then down here, what I want to do is I want to do the unchanged event, and here we want to pass. This is like anonymous function. Normally we used to do document get element by ID and then prevent default like you used to have a separate. This one you can actually do it on the HTML, which is pretty cool. So it says, so here what we want to do is we want to graph we want to do set value, and we want to list, we want to get target, and we want to do the value, of course. So whatever we input, we want to be able to grab it. All right. So now, so I want to go ahead and console log this. You stay. Oh, I haven't, for some reason, it did not import. Let me go ahead and see if I can import that. Okay, yeah, it did import. Let's get rid of that import React. We don't need that. So then I want to go back to the application here. I'm going to go ahead and open my console log, and I am going to see if I type in something here. Let's see if it comes up. Uh, bunch of errors. Let me see what I got. Let's see what we got. Uh, da da da. Bunch of errors. Let me see what's going on with this. Let me see that. Okay, so it is working. See, it's console logging whatever I am putting. Of course, we're gonna have a bunch of errors in the beginning. All right, let me do it again. Oh, hello. Yeah, so we're okay. So now we know the form is actually working. So we're gonna go back over here. So, so we want to go back to the form, which is the parent. This is here, and we're gonna create the function over here, and we're gonna import it to the to-do form. So here, what we want to do is inside there on the to-do wrap, we want to go ahead and create, let's go ahead because we're working in to-dos. So we want to do constant to-do, and we want to do set to-dos. And this one, we're going to use again the use state like that. And this one, we're going to, it's going to be an empty array. And here, let's go ahead and create a function that's going to be called add to-dos like that. And we're going to pass to-dos here. And we're going to use the arrow function like that. And here is we want to do is set to-dos, and we're going to go ahead and destructure these. Okay, we're going to destructure the to-dos. So we want to do that like that, to-dos. And inside the to-dos, what we're going to do, we're going to need an ID. I'm going to go ahead and use this library. So let me go ahead and import this. Let me go ahead and stop running the application. Okay, so I have stopped the application here, and what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and open this this package. Right now it's throwing me error right now, but this is here is this is a library that I want to go ahead and import this. We'll go ahead and install it, but here you can actually check out the whole documentation how it does. It just creates, instead of having like 1 2, it actually gives you a long number ID. So this is an example. So it's for creating IDs like a random. Yeah. So instead of be like 1 2, it gives you like a nice big number. All right. So let's go ahead and install this package. So if you like, I'm new to React, I'm learning as I'm going, but I'm, the way I learn is by making stuff. So so now you can actually see it, my dependencies right there, my package, like what I have, like what libraries I got in there. So let me see what else I got. Dun, dun. Yeah, so see it's right there. So we're going to install a couple more packages, but that's one of them for now. So we can go ahead and work on. So let me go ahead and close. Go ahead and close. Let me see. Close save. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and open again the to-do wrap right here, just like that. So now, in order to use that library, we have to of course import. So that way, so based on the documentation here, it actually let me see where is it at? Okay, right here. So it tells you here. So in order to use it, you have to import this. You have to do this. So let me go ahead and copy that. And we go back to the VS Code and we go ahead and import that so we have access to that. And um, now that we did that, so now we should be able to declare over here. So UID, ID4, like that. And then we're working on to do. So I'm gonna name this one task, and it's equal it's to do. So then here, what I want to do is I'm going to declare that when it's complete, I'm gonna by default I may set it up as a false, and is editing, like if I want to edit, I'm gonna declare that also as false. Okay, so now we can go ahead and pass it, so we can access it and inside the to dos. So inside that to do form, I'm gonna go ahead and pass add to dos, and then that way I can have access it. I can have access inside the to do form. So let me see. Why is it? Oh, forgot to do that. Just got to get used to it because on Angular it's a little bit different. Okay, so to do's does that, declare does that. All right. So now, if we go back to the to do form, we should be able to the structure here. So add to do like that. So it's going to complain to it's going to complain that we're not using it. So then instead of having console log, you want to do add to do, and we want to pass the value. So then after we pass the value, I want to go ahead and clear it out. So we're going to make it again into empty string. So add to do, I want to make sure. Why is still complaining? Why are you still complaining? It says add to do. Oh, okay. So this part here, at the end of the video, it's going to complain that there's another step that I was checking and it took me a couple hours to find out that we will have to do to get rid of these underline. All right. So anyways, let's go back to the application. So we have the set to do. We're going to create a couple more. We're going to create one for editing, one for completing, and one for to be able to add the task. All right. So let me see, what else should we do next? So we have that. We can, okay, so then let's work on the other more functions so we can add it to it. So here, the next one I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and create the one for deleting. So I'm going to do constant delete to do. And this one, in order to, you have to pass an ID. So this one is, I'm going to use set to dos, and I'm going to grab all the to dos and I want to filter. I'm going to use the filter and I want to pass a to do. And actually, let's put this inside this parentheses. Okay, so then I'm gonna use the arrow function, and I'm gonna do it if it's equal to a to-do ID. I'm sorry, if it's not equal, then I want to go ahead and delete it. So let me see. Why are you complaining? To-dos does not define. Oh, because it's supposed to be up here. It's supposed to be to-dos. over here. It's supposed to be to-dos, my bad. Because we're doing to-dos. All right, so set to-dos, to-dos complete. Yeah. All right, so it's supposed to be to-dos. All right, so now we have that. It's gonna complain like that until we don't use it. All right. Once we use it and we pass it, then we should be able to, the red line will go away. So the next one I want to do, and I want to do this one is called, I'm going to call this one toggle complete. And then we're going to again use the set to do's. Set to do's. And inside there, we're going to pass to do's. And we want to use map. And now when we use the map, we can put that to do and do the arrow function. And then we can compare the to do ID to an ID. Okay. So here we want to structure that to do, and we want to do if it's complete and it's not equal to complete. We want to be able to toggle from complete to not complete. So we want to do is pass to do complete. If it's not complete, to go to complete. If it's completed, go to non-complete. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so okay, so that's pretty much toggle. Okay. So we're over here, what we do is we're comparing if it's equal to whatever ID we wanted to do to be able to toggle between complete and non-complete. All right. So now that we have that, um, now you want to create one for editing. So we want to do edit. Let me do this one. Edit to do. And again, we want to pass an ID because we want to know which one we want to edit the data. All right, so let me do again set to do's, and we want to do to do's, and we want to use the map operator, and here we want to pass to do, and we want to once we use the map, so we want to do is we want to do to do ID is equals to the ID. It's similar to the one we just did for toggle. Um, again, we want to destructure this, and we want to do is editing. Um, it's if it's editing, I want it to go not. We want it to not edit. So we want to pass is editing, and then we at the end once you do the destruction, you want to pass it to do. But I don't know if you notice here, like it is using the same almost the same pattern. So it's so that's why I think React is so easy. Like the patterns, once you start figuring out the patterns on it, it becomes easier to to learn to React. All right, so here I want to create another one. It's called edit task, and then here I want to pass the task and also an ID. Okay, so here I want to do again set to do's. And I want to pass to do's, and I'm gonna put the map, and I'm gonna pass to do. Uh-oh, my finger got in the way. All right. So then again, what I want to do is I want to pass the to do ID is equal to ID. And I'll go ahead and destructure this again. And I want to pass the task I'm going to pass task, and I'm going to put down is editing. It's editing. And or if it's not equal to do, it's editing. Like that, and that's pretty much how you do the editing. It's nothing major, nothing crazy. All right, so now that we have all these functions, we got to pass it through. Let me see what we got here. So this is the wrapper. Let's get rid of that. um so now we should be able to work on the to do. All right, so here we want to work in the to do.
And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use font awesome. And I want to go ahead and open that. Let me go look for that so we can install the packages. Let me see. We are going to look for the startup kit for React right here. And pretty much it tells you what to do here. So first thing it's telling me to do is font awesome core to go ahead and install. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this and add up the icon packages. And also, I think it's this one. Yeah, we're going to have to install all three of these. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm copying the first one. I got my project stopped, and I'm gonna go ahead and do npm install. And I don't think it matters the whatever version it is on React. I know on Angular, I know it does. Some of the packages there, they might throw it off the application, so you might have to like look for a different one, or you might have to upgrade the Angular. But I think on this one, I don't think so. All right, so let's make sure it got installed. Let me see. Yeah, so I got it right here in one of the dependencies, and so I have that. So the next one, if we follow the documentation here for Phone Awesome, we got to go. Okay, so now we got to install these icons right here. So let's go ahead and copy that. Let's go ahead and do the npm install. You're gonna see them pop up over here on your inside your dependencies. So that's gonna take a bit. I'll be back. I'm gonna drink some coffee. All right, so I got these icons, and I think we have to install one more. So let's go here, and I'll go ahead. This is it says React one awesome latest. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one. So let me go ahead and copy the snip code right here. Let me go ahead and do that. Actually, I don't want it to do the latest. Let me just go ahead and install that one. Just make sure it doesn't mess it up. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. Um, you can actually check over here. So, all right, once it's finally installed, we can actually go here to assess the to do, and we want to go ahead and import those packages here. Once it's finished, yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now. So here, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and import the font awesome icons on it. So because we're gonna need those font awesome icons like that, and then make sure it's spelled correctly. Okay, font awesome icons, yeah. And then we're gonna need to import one. I'm gonna do this one. It's gonna be font hand. That's gonna be used for to square. That's gonna be used for editing or editing. So, and then the other one's going to be trash. That's going to be fat trash. No, not tractor. Let's look for the ones for trash. Okay. Oh, this is funny. All right. So that's that. So inside here, whenever you want to pass any functions to the child component, you have to first you will have to pass it in the parent, and then you can actually access it inside the child component. That's So here, what I want to do is I want to access tasks, and then the other one is going to be toggle complete. I think I called it. Let me make sure it's spelled correctly. Toggle complete, and the one we're going to need is going to be delete to do, and then the other one I think I did it was edit to do. I think it was. I'll triple check it. It's going to be like that for now, but since we're already on this uh on this over here on the to do, we're gonna go ahead and let's start working on that. So this one here is I'm gonna give it a class of to do, and let's make sure this is capitalized. And here, um, I want to pass the I'm gonna give it a class. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pass a paragraph, and I'm gonna give it a class. So, all right, here's where it's gonna be the task like that. So, and below that, I'm gonna put another div here. And here, what I'm going to do is it's going to be, um, This is where it's going to be the font awesome that comes going to come handy. So here what I want to do is font awesome, and let's give it a class name. And this one is going to be for the editing. And this is going to be the icon. And let's give it an icon. This one's going to be the pen for pan square like that. And let's go ahead and close it. And let's gonna do another one for font awesome. And this is a class name for this one is going to be called delete icon. And let's give it an icon. And this is going to be the one we just did for trash like that. And let's go ahead and close it. All right. So in order to access that, we're going to have to go to the to-do form. And no, not to-do form, the to-do wrap. And down here, we want to go ahead and pass the we want to pass the to-do. So we should be able to see that. All right, the to-do. And let's go ahead and let's do npm run. npm run dev like that. So let's see what kind of errors we get right now. So again, guys, and I'm going to open it. Well, it's already open. Let me see if I have any errors. All right, so that's that. Let me do coding challenge. Let me see if anything comes up. Oh, let's go ahead and open the console and see what kind of errors we get. Hopefully you guys having a good day. You know, it's everything about practicing. It says unrecognized on this browser. You mean render start. Oh, start up the name with an inspector. To do div to on the wrap. Let me see. What have we got here? To do wrap, to do. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I messed up with there. So I imported the wrong thing. All right, so that's why. All right, let's go back. Let me go back over here. Yeah. Okay, so see. Okay, so now it's showing something there. All right, let me see how many. Yeah, so that's what it was. I imported the wrong thing. So yeah. Um, so I over here. So whenever you import a component, make sure, like, see, I had it this one. It was see, actually, if you hover over, it tells you what's in there already. Look, test any complete. Yeah, so cool. So we have that. So let me see if I add up another one. Let me go here. Let me see, add up another one. Let me do just do cleaning. Cleaning. Let me do that. Let me see what it does. Set to do's. Yeah, it's still not gonna work. All right, so we gotta go back. It says set to do is not iterable to do's. All right. So let's go back to my to-dos over here. And inside there, what we got to do, we got to pass the task and we got to pass the toggle complete, delete. Okay, we got to pass all of that. So, so inside here, what do we did? Okay, so here, we're going to pass a clicked event and we also going to pass. So let's do the class. Let's do a class name. And we're gonna inside this, we're gonna do back ticks, and we want to pass task complete, complete it like that. And if it's completed, task complete, we want to toggle between completed and non-completed. So let's do complete, complete like that. And we want to do incomplete. Incomplete. Forgot the E. So got that. And here, what I want to do is I want to pass a clicked event, not a clicked event like that. And we're going to pass an anonymous function here. And this is going to be for the toggle complete like that. And inside the toggle complete, we want to pass the task. And we also want to pass the ID. Get task complete like that. Okay. All right. So inside here, we also want to be able to pass click events for one for editing, and the other one is going to be for deleting. So let's do onClick event again, and let's put anonymous function. And here we want to do is pass the edit to do, and inside the edit to do, we want to pass task ID like that. And we're going to need one for the trash so we can go ahead and delete it. On, come on, why you're not helping me? Oh, I see why you're not helping me, because it has to be inside this phone also an icon. So we got to do on click event. I'm like, why is VS Code not helping me? Normally you give me like shortcuts. All right. So here we want to do the arrow function, and this is going to be the delete to do. And we're gonna need a task ID again. Okay. So that's that complete like that. So that's it for this one. All right, so we have that. So then we should be able to go to the to-do form and not to-do form, I'm sorry, to-do wrap right here. So here inside there, we have to pass it through this component here so we can access it inside that to-do. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can access all these edit to do and all of that. So we have to pass it through that component. So let's go ahead and do that. So in order to access that, I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and declare to dos, and I'm going to use the map operator, and I want to pass a to do and index like that. And here, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and pass. I want to go ahead and pass the to do inside there. Let me do the to do. Let's go ahead and pass the to do inside here. And inside the to do, let's go ahead and let's pass the task. Let's make that equal to a to do. And what else we want to pass? We want to pass a key, because if not, it's going to complain. So then we also want to pass the delete to do. So we want to do delete to do, so that way we can actually access inside the to do. So the other one was for Tago complete, and this one's going to be called Tago complete. Okay, let me see if you actually show him something. All right, so if I add something, let's see, clean coding. Let's see. No, I forgot to refresh this. Coding. No, still not working. Why you're not working? Set to do's not arrowable to to do's. Oh, okay. Let's figure out why you're not working. Says set to do is not. Okay, to do wrap. Let's go back over here. To do wrap. Set to do's. Oh, my bad. Right here. Look at that. So I'm declaring set to do twice, and we're trying to destructure the to do's. So it's supposed to be to do's here. All right. Let's go ahead and save that and refresh. Let me see what happens. Let me go ahead and refresh this. So if I add up again coding, let's see if I get anything. Oh, okay. Let me add up again. Let me see. Let me put down cleaning. Cleaning. Yeah. Oh, it's showing multiple times tasks. Let's go to do. Oh, the reason why it's showing multiple because I forgot to change that. Here it's supposed to be tasks. That task like that. So if you save it, if we go back, so if we go here, let me see if the delete, it's already, yeah, so the delete is already working. So let's do coding. Yeah, see? And now let's go ahead and do let's do React JS practice. I'll practice this. All right, so let's go ahead and add it. Yeah, so it's working great. Let's do new let's do JavaScript tutorial. No, JavaScript coding. Let's do that. Let's do coding challenge. Yeah, so it's working. So we can delete. So of course we can't edit it at the moment because we haven't created that. So let's go ahead and work on that right now. And then the last thing we should be able to do is go ahead and add up the CSS. So let's go back over here. I don't like these underlines, but I'll leave that for the end where I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of those underlines. All right. So, all right. So let's create another one inside the components. Let's go ahead and create edit. And this one is going to be called to do form. And it's going to be JSX like that. And to start up the template, I always use RAFC, the arrow function here. And here it's going to be similar to the form, the similar to do form. It's going to be similar to that. So here I want to do is declare. I'm going to go ahead and declare a value, and it's going to be set to values like that. And inside there is we're going to use the use state like that. It's going to be anti-string like so. Very similar. It doesn't. So again, guys, this is uh this is my second video for React. I think is pretty cool. All right, so inside there, okay, no, I'm sorry, because we're editing this, we got to pass the task. So we want to do task, and inside there, we want to do is we want to pass the edit to do, and also we want to pass the task because we're editing one of the tasks. All right, so here we want to do is the same thing, constant handle. We're gonna create this function. It's gonna be handle submit, and let's go ahead and do. We're gonna pass an event and start up the form. We're gonna do prevent default like that, and then we want to pass edit to do, and there. Well, let's work on the form. So the first thing we want to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and give it a class name, and this one is gonna be called to do form like that, and then I'm gonna put this one on submit. So whenever we submit this, we want to pass the handle submit, and of course we're gonna need an input, and inside there we're gonna have a value, and the value is gonna be equal to the value. Let me see what else here. Value. Let's give it a class name. And inside there, we want to do is I'm going to name this one to do update the input like that. This is going to be good for the CSS. Um, inside here, we want to do a placeholder. Inside that placeholder was going to be update the task. And inside there, we want to do on a change event, and we want to do an anonymous function. And this one is going to be called set value. And this one is going to be, we're going to listen for an event, and this is going to be target. We want to get the value, whatever it is. And here we want to do is we want to do a button. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Okay, there. What we want to do is grab the button on it. Uh, Here we want to do a button, close that. Here I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna label it update the task, and let's give it a class name like that. And this one I'm gonna call it to do update btn, and of course it's gonna be a type submit like that. All right, so that's that. And inside there, we want to do is pass the value. And in order to update the task, you want to pass the value and also then the task ID. And then the set value, we want to do, again, make it an empty string like that. So that's pretty much it for this one. All right. So then we want to be able to access that. So we want to go back to the to do wrap over here. So down where over here we got, we want to go ahead and so we want to pass both of them at the same time. So here what we want to do is let me see. Over here what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and do, if it's editing, I'm going to do to do is editing like that. If it's editing, I want to go ahead and pass the edit to do form like that. So inside the to do form, of course, it's going to ask for a key value, and I'm going to make this one equal to the index, and then this is going to be edit to do, and this is going to be called edit task, and also we're going to pass the task to do like that, and over here, let me see what I messed up here. It's complaining. Okay, so I'm missing. Okay, so to do. Oh, okay, I forgot to close that. Let's see. Oh, over here, we forgot to close that editing. All right, cool. So we have that. We have that. Let's make sure. Yeah, so we got everything. All right, so we can go back to the application and see how we do. All right, so let's go ahead and refresh that. And let's go ahead and add a task. So we're going to do is, let's do coding. Coding. Let's go ahead and click on it. Why are we not working? Let me see. On clicked event, it's not a function. Oh, okay, because I don't, I thought I created that. Let's go back. Okay, so it says inside the to do. All right, let's go see. Inside the to do. So you're talking about over here. Let me see. It's the edit to do. Okay, so inside the to do form, let me check it out. Okay, I got it here. I think he's complaining about this one. Let's go ahead and do the edit to do. So it's going to be edit to do. And let's see if we get rid of that. All right, so let's do it again. So let's do coding. Oh, wow. That was perfect. Okay, that was it. All right, so adding coding challenge. Let's do that. Challenge. So update tasks. So let's do JavaScript. JavaScript. The JavaScript speed. No, I gotta do JavaScript coding. Let's do that. Uh, become better programmer. Let me see that. That's another task. So we can go ahead and delete it. We go ahead and edit coding, JavaScript coding book. We can create another one that says break the code, break the code. Boom. We can do that. We go ahead and delete that one. Go ahead and delete that one. Go ahead and delete that one. All right, so that is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm gonna go ahead and update the CSS. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all this CSS. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the CSS from my GitHub. So that way, and you don't worry, guys, you'll be able to access the GitHub code. So you guys gonna have access to all of that. So give me 1 second. So there's some CSS there. You guys will be able to access that. So this, I'm trying to get that React going, practice more on the React. So All right, so there's the CSS. This one looks just like the beginning of the video. So let me go ahead and close the console there. So see, it's in the center. And let's go ahead and add up a task. So this one I'm going to do coding. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do JavaScript practice something. Yeah. Let me see what else we can do. We're going to do program, break the code. Break the code like that. We can add up another one. Coding, coding challenges. Let me see. All right. So then we can edit. We can coding challenges for part two. Break the code. We can edit that one. Break the code. We can do break the code part seven, like that. We go ahead and delete, 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 delete. Perfect. So, all right. So that is it right there. That's the whole application. So if you guys liked it, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to help the channel grow, and then stay tuned for more videos. And oh, before I was leaving, I forgot. I was going to show you guys something like how to get rid of that lines. If you come across these, see this little there's two ways to do it, but the way I'm going to show you guys is a simple way to do it. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is one of the ways that I went online and I found these rules. And yeah, so this is one area where you can actually add up. Let me go ahead and add up the line for to get rid of those underline like that. So it will turn off the prop types. That's gonna turn it off. So if we go back on it again, see all that is gone. So yeah. It's just the TypeScript kind of this kicks it on. See, it's all gone. It's the application still works. It still works. It's not. It's just sometimes the underlines to. So put down cards. I can delete it. Yeah. So it's working. Great. All right, guys. So stay tuned for more videos, and I'll continue making some more videos on React when I grow my skills on React, get a little better on this. So stay tuned for more videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next one, but stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, share the videos, and I will see you on the next one. And stay coding, guys. Stay coding. All right. See you later.